I'm doing research.
I cannot be the only person who watched Milo Murphy's
You
Law.
are.
No, I refuse to believe this.
I know it existed. I never watched it. I saw commercials for it.
Never even one episode?
No.
You look at what you did. You made Kenny sound distressed.
I will distress my players however I feel fit.
Oh, I love the layout for the stream.
Oh yeah, you
This
like
sucks.
it? Yeah, you guys you can go look at it now. It's pretty
This is
pretty
wonderful.
cool, right? This took me like 2 hours, so we better all enjoy it. I'm okay.
I love it. It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's I think it's just from looking at that, you can kind of begin to tell what the vibes for the for what's happening are. Or maybe not.
I'm expecting this to be a very down-to-earth, upbeat, happy campaign.
Yep, that's what we're doing here. Down to earth, upbeat, and happy.
Because nothing bad ever happens in Hidden Intense.
Nothing bad ever happens in Intense. We'll get y'all in here now. I'll let you start filing in. Immediately, just so you know, if you start seeing things, hey, what's up, Connor in the chat? If you guys start seeing things that you feel perhaps you shouldn't be seeing, the right thing to do is to tell me quickly and then stop looking at it. All right?
Naturally.
Fantastic.
Alright.
Just happy. We understand this. That being said, I think I've set everything up correctly. There shouldn't be any worries.
I should ask this now. Do you want me to use D&D Beyond for rolling since we're streaming?
Yes. I want everything able to come through and be seen. Even when I'm not streaming with I mean, you know, you've been playing in Hidden Intense as Sign recently. I like seeing everything.
Oh, we have 3D dice.
Yes. Yeah, you can make your own little dice now if you'd like to. Here, I'll show you. I'll roll one of mine, show you kind of what I have going on here. See that?
Can you do it again?
You ask so much of me.
That made your screen flicker.
Okay, see that?
It did. Kaiser, that's pretty cool.
Pretty cool, right?
That is pretty slick.
So yeah, what I think I've learned is that my screen, it flickers if I like tab out of Foundry, it stops showing it on my stream. So instead of just like tabbing out of Foundry, like, and by that I mean like when you click on the actual thing to like, you guys know what I mean. And if you don't, I don't actually care. Where is Jay?
I'm here.
Oh, hey, Jay. Hey, Jay. I'm Hey, Jay. Jay, did I ever actually show you that video I always reference?
I don't think so, and I don't think I've ever heard you reference that before.
That's your memory coming into play. But that's all right. It's been a while. It's been a long time. I used to do it every time you said your name. Okay. Let's see. Do we have everyone in here? Look at that,
Yes.
+6 to stealth. You don't what?
What?
Am I going
think
in?
anybody said that.
Okay, cool.
The streamer is losing it?
Cool. I'm already losing it. We haven't even begun. All right.
The streamer is fucking cooked?
Everyone's in. Jay, make sure that you like with like the player setup, you like choose your character there. Because I'm at the
Oh,
bottom.
yeah.
I'm seeing you haven't done that.
Kaizo, you probably want to select your D&D or your Beyond 20 plugin really quick to make sure that the roles display properly on the sidebar.
What do you mean?
Like on your stream, the role is just rendering in plain text. I assume it works the same way for you, where you just need to click the Beyond 20 icon in your taskbar, or like wherever your browser plugins are.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So if I go here, I might have tabbed out of stream like an idiot. Okay, wait, hold on. So you're saying that if I do like, all right, now try rolling something. It's still just showing up. I mean, it
Weird.
always looks like this for me. So it looks
Yeah,
it
I
looks
don't know.
it looks different on your end.
It looks like this for me. I'll send that in the group chat.
Oh. Well,
What's wrong with that?
yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay.
The number is still there, and that's what matters. All right, now that my one of my favorite chatters has let everybody know that they're gay again, I feel like that usually for me acts as the checkered flag at the beginning of a race that is the stream, and I call it a race because, as always, we are all racing for it to be over as soon as possible. Let me start by Serenade. Now I'm gonna ask that the three of you do not, or you know, don't tune into stream.
Yeah.
You know, if you need it open for whatever reason down the course of this, just try your best not to look. Just because there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on here, but let's start off with this. I think it's the right song. Yes. I might need to turn Foundry up on stream. Hold on. I'll do that. I think that's good. Maybe a little more. No. Back to here. Back to here. Let's do that. Let's say that's good.
Oh, I love this song.
So, in addition to this being a stream, right, the hope is that these will all also become YouTube videos at some point, and when they are YouTube videos, they will definitely be, like all the songs I use here and where I got them from will be credited. So, also, if you guys want to know, like, hey, where'd you get this song, or whatever, ask me, but, it'll all be there. Making sure that I credit everybody for music, because I may be able to do a lot, but I can't do that. All right. Does everybody have everything they need? Do you all have your snacks or your water? You're all ready to begin?
Yep.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Then let's get right into it. Welcome players to Hidden Intents Here, There, Everywhere. Our part of our overall connected universe, but a very, very different place in it. We're going to start by just going out and we're just going to introduce ourselves and then the name of the character we're playing. So from top down, Jay, start with you.
My name is Jay, and I'm playing Scam Likely, not Bard for Hire. But he is a bard.
Love that. Love that. Kenny?
My name is Kenny. And I am playing Abominable the Curse of Snow, but you can call her Noble. Barbarian Path of Beasts.
And March.
As stated, I'm March, and I'm playing C, Adventurer, Ranger, and all-around Explorer.
Fantastic. So, now that all of our players here are have introduced themselves, we will get on with it. Harky, harky, hello, hello, or doth I mean honky? Greetings, fair ladies o' the witchlight. You truly are the best of guests. There is no greater audience than that here o' the Feywild. I shall be your busker, your bard, your narrator for this tale. I'm accompanied by our special guests, these three. Honk hark, honk hark. The land o' Gar are fast and expansive. Many deem to seek only the modern privy in the great ocean and afar, but a good clown knows where all stories lie. Get it? Knows? Clown knows? You see, in lands as alive as Gore, there are stories here, there, and everywhere. Let's begin. We are going to move to here. We'll configure this. Activate. Please tell me you can all see this map fine.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Wonderful. Now, you guys know I am a pretty, I like to start things off pretty calm, pretty simple, so that we can all, get into it at our own pace. So that being said, everyone, please roll initiative for me.
Oh, slay.
Should we have tokens to put in the tracker, or are we just rolling?
For now, we'll just do the roll, and then we will add everything in later. All right. What was that? 18 for C, a 5 for Noble, and a 7 for Scam Likely. So we will start with C. All right. C, you are gonna be coming from this path here. Wonderful. Now, see, as the kind of camera pans down to look upon you, you can feel the kind of large shine of the sun looking around, beating down on you, sweat coming down from your raven black hair. Tell us, what are you thinking in this moment?
Mostly, I'm thinking that I wish I had packed clothes more suited for the heat, but I did the best I could under the circumstances, and the fact that I have anything at all is really a miracle.
Now, please roll a d20 for me. A 10. Okay. Now, the other thing I kind of want to ask you here is, I'm going to move you up a little bit. The other thing I kind of want to ask you here is, how did you start getting chased by these honey cubes?
Well, it's sort of a long story, but the short version is I ventured a little bit too close to a cave I wasn't supposed to go into. Story of my life. And as soon as I spotted them, I gunned it, and obviously that got their attention.
Yes, see, you left your home village bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, excited to explore with what you assumed would be plenty to, begin with. And after having lost most of your equipment to these honey cubes, and having been chased for them by a full hour at this point, you are beginning to think maybe you weren't as prepared as originally thought. We will move on now to Scam Likely. Scam, we're gonna put you here.
Awesome.
Scam, as the camera pans down to you again, you feel this kind of agonizing weight of sunlight, something that specifically you are not as good with. Sweat kind of slowly sponging through your white hair. What are you thinking in this moment?
Damn, man, I need to get some fucking food. It's been too long. Oh, God. Oh, shit. That one's being attacked by honey cubes. What the hell?
And please roll a d20 for me.
You got it, boss.
Okay. And Scam, please explain how you started getting chased by these poltergeists.
I think I was doing some, investigating, exploring. Some may call it looting, but let's not use the L word here. In an old abandoned mansion, seeing if there was anything good I could sell. When turns out the mansion wasn't as empty as I thought.
I love it, yeah. And again, you set out from your home with not a lot, but definitely not a little. You very recently learned that poltergeists can just fling any item they want anywhere they want, which has left you with quite much less overall than you would like. Finally, let's have Noble enter the stage. Let's find you, and Noble, we're gonna put you right here. Noble, as the camera pans down to look at you, and you feel what is, again, the sun pounding down upon you. You are used to being very close to the celestial bodies up above, but you're not so used to the heat they leave. As sweat crawls down and through your kind of fur coat down onto the ground, what are you thinking in this moment?
Noble is very simple-minded, and I think in this moment she's thinking kind of like, how is it hot here, but my home is cold? That makes no sense.
That is fantastic. And please roll a d20 for me.
I'd love to. Eight.
8. All right. I'm gonna move you up just slightly. And please explain how you started getting chased by these quasits.
I think that Noble has to venture a little far out of her territory sometimes to search for supplies, as she lives in a barren wasteland for the most part. And maybe she perhaps knocked on the wrong tree.
I think that is a good an explanation as any. Now, yeah, as you said, you began your journey with very little to your name, and so far, the process of gaining any more doesn't seem to be working out per se. We'll add you to the initiative order. All right. As all three of you begin to converge, running from these separate monsters of each kin, you all see each other for the first time. Eyes locking eyes, locking eyes. Oh, it's so exciting, I can barely contain myself. As our three heroes see each other for the first time, what are their internal thoughts? See, we'll begin with you.
For the most part, C is still far more concerned with the fact that she's being chased by honey cubes, but there's a part of her brain that lights up and goes, wow, new friends.
I love that. Scam.
Scam already voiced his thoughts upon seeing C in the honey cubes, which was mostly, oh shit, there's honey slimes. That's frightening. And then sees these creatures chasing Noble here and goes, oh shit, 4 more monsters.
I love that. And lastly, Noble.
Noble probably hasn't seen another humanoid creature in like 10 some odd years. So she doesn't really register in her mind that C and Scam are people. But she's like, damn, what the fuck's going on down here?
Fantastic. Okay. So, yeah, what's going to happen is I'm going to have all 3 of you guys are going to move, and then every monster will take its turn immediately after Noble. So,
Awesome.
I'll begin with C. What would you like to do?
Okay. I have this much movement. Okay. I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I want C to she runs over here and she goes for her whip and tries to lash it onto one of the branches to start trying to pull herself up on this tree.
You're trying to, pull yourself up on the tree. I like that. First, I'm going to have you make an attack roll with your whip to see
Okay.
if you can like get it around that branch. Yeah. I'll say a 20 does it. So yeah, you're running, you take out this whip, you immediately flick towards this tree, it curls around one of the branches, and you feel this strong pull. Now can you give me a athletics check to see if you can pull yourself up?
Yeah. Oh my
A
god.
21, a fantastic start.
Jesus Christ.
See, look at that, not all the dice of your enemies. So yeah, you grab this branch, and you hold on to your leather whip and immediately begin pulling yourself up in this practiced motion. The other 2 people here, you begin to see this, and you're like, that's somebody who has to run away from problems a lot.
True.
Fantastic. Now, I believe that is your movement and your action.
Yeah.
Are you done with your turn?
Ooh, this is a bonus action. Okay, cool. With my bonus action, I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike.
I love it.
Let me just ignore the damage roll.
Sure.
And that will be my turn.
Okay, I love it. We will move on to Scam Likely.
Scam, his vision's not so good, so he sees vaguely some stuff's going on, but he's mostly just focused on getting away from these ghosts. So he's gonna run right over this way, and as he does, he's gonna shout back to the ghosts, "Look, I guess you didn't want me to take your heirlooms. You couldn't make yourselves any clearer." And that's him casting Vicious Mockery.
I love it.
So I need a wisdom save from this poltergeist right here.
Of course. Let's see if what he can do. A wisdom save. Wisdom. That is a 16.
Fuck, nothing happens.
Oh, that roll didn't go through or anything. It didn't show it. Hold on. And then... No, not that. That's not what I want to click at all.
Everything's going fine.
There is a chance... Let me try to roll again and see if that sends. No. Alright. These rolls will not be going through, but that's okay. It's alright. Nobody needs to know. I promise I'm not lying to you. Alright.
I believe
Now-
it.
Now, is that the end of your turn?
One more thing. As I turn back to look at the ghosts, I'm also gonna spot C in the tree and shout, "You would do well to make an ally of Scam likely," and give Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And that is a D6 for you.
Awesome.
Yeah. See, you see this little fucking weirdo booking it from these ghosts. They say, like, they say this to you, and immediately you don't know if it's coming from just, like, your base willingness to make more friends or some kind of external force, but something, like, kind of swells up in your heart, and you feel, you feel a little inspired here.
He grins and gives 2 big thumbs up.
You give 2 thumbs up. Immediately, you drop the whip, fall to. I'm joking. All right, Noble, your turn.
So Noble feeling a bit surrounded and outnumbered. She's gonna go to rage.
Okay, a rage off rip. I love it.
And then she is going to take out her great axe and she's just gonna start swinging. She's gonna go for this one
Okay.
in front of her.
The AC to hit for this specific monster is a 13.
Well, I got an 18.
An 18 is larger. God, the plus 10. Yes, it is larger than a 13, so you can roll your damage. That is
20 slashing damage.
20 slashing damage. Yes. Why did it roll critical damage?
It just
I
does
didn't
that.
always.
Oh, interesting. Okay, 20 slashing damage straight to that closet.
I like that it was a 1 though.
Yeah.
A nice little treat.
Yeah, Noble, you turn around with this giant axe. You're squaring off against this kind of bestial creature that is of around the same stature of you. The only difference is that you are fucking bigger. And you take this giant axe you have and you just cleave its arm straight off. Immediately, it looks like this creature is like it's blood spewing out of this open socket, painting the grass red, making it grow in the future. And you can tell that this creature, like, one more good hit like that, it's going down.
Noble is going to, after taking a great big slash at this monster in front of her, she's gonna look around and then turn around and see that these 2 little guys behind her are sentient people. And she is going to look at them and she's going to say, do these monsters bother you?
Oh, the accent's amazing.
We can tell you.
Let Noble take
That's
care.
incredible. Oh, thank you so much, dear. Yes, they bother me very much.
And then Noble is going to strike a great big pose with her muscles and she's going to end her turn.
He cheers.
Fantastic. Now, what we can see here is that the heroes we have stumbled upon, my dear audience, all seem to be brave, if a little stupid. Now, many a people of Gore are the kinds of heroes you write these grand tales about, these people who can go strike fear into the hearts of dragons and demons alike. Not everybody is one of those heroes, my dear people o' the Feywild. But fear not, to talk this common sense into them, they can, once in a while, see someone who will lend them a hand. All 3 of you appearing on top of the signpost that Scam is standing right next to, you watch a hazy figure begin to slowly take shape this kind of rainbow radial pulsing around until a full figure is formed.
Oh,
I didn't see you there,
cute.
good fellow.
Let me show this to you guys, which will also allow you to do this. And boom. Can you all see it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I know that guy.
This is fire.
Oh, he's adorable.
You all see this, what you have to assume is a clown wearing this brightly oversaturated getup that contains every color of the rainbow. In his hand, he holds a gilded storybook with little pop-outs coming out here and there. One of those pop-outs being the very signpost you stand out now. Next to that signpost, you can see even smaller pop-outs of the three of you. This figure whisks one of his hands around in a triumphant pose and looks down from the signpost at Scam and then to the other two of you and says, "A harky, a honky, heroes! It is I, Triboulet, your busker, your bard, your performer for this very tale."
And it is I, Scam Likely.
Oh yes, Scam, I know who you are.
You do?
Why, of course! I have been watching all my brave heroes very diligently. I had to get the backstories right, you see. I'm out here in the common lands, as you would call them, writing the most wonderful epic of the grand heroes of Gore. But someone else is writing the real grand heroes, so I have found you all, and I am going to assume you're second best at least.
Can I make an insight check on this guy? I don't trust him.
Yeah, you may.
Wow, even with the -4.
You have -4 to
12.
insight!
Oh my god.
Yes, that's correct.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, what
His eyesight's not very good.
what a scammer you are. We gotta get you some glasses, bro. Okay. So yeah, you think back to the kind of knowledge that your mother had taught you once before. You know specifically that your mother had some kind of connection and skills taught from fey creatures that she passed down in part to you. So immediately seeing a fey creature like this, you think two things. One, fey creatures, as friendly as they may seem, are inherently some of the most dangerous foes because, unlike most monsters, fey creatures can think. Fey creatures can act. And a creature that can think and act can lie. That being said, you are not fully convinced as of right now that what he said about following you all and trying to tell a story is a lie. You can't parse if it's the entire truth, and you definitely can't parse if it's a full-on flat lie. So, as of right now, you're not inherently, you're not sure what to think.
Well, I suppose it would only make sense for someone to be telling the tale of the great Scam Likely. And, you two, what are your names?
Noble gestures to see to go first.
She pokes her head out from under the leaves, sort of upside down from where she's balanced atop her branch, gives an upside down thumbs up to Noble and goes, "Hello, I'm C. Nice to meet you."
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Noble, tries to straighten up her posture a bit, to look a bit more presentable in front of, new people. And she's like, "Abominable curse of snow, but friend, may call me Noble." And she gives a big toothy smile.
At this same time, I'm going to say all at once, the three of you realize something. You were all being actively chased and pursued by monsters, which is why you got into this predicament in the first place. But as you take this time to make acquaintances and you look around, you see that it looks like all the monsters around you have almost been paused in time, like they're unable to move.
Can I make some sort of check to see if this is Tribule's doing?
Yeah. My base feeling is that would probably be an Arcana check, as it's relating to a magic or spell of some sort. But if you want to do a different check and you can justify it, I would be more than willing.
I thought you were gonna say like my base feeling is that is probably true.
Oh man, unfortunately every other check I can think of to justify this, I also have a -1 in, so like we ball.
I mean, you could also just ask me if you want.
Oh,
Hold on, wait.
great, Tribule.
Yes.
Is this your doing? Why is he British now? Stop that.
Hold on one second, Scam. Noble, I'm going to say your ability to sense the magics around this area may not be as honed as you wish it were. And I'll say you're as clueless as to this as anyone else is, except for me. That being said, my dear Scam, yes, this is my doing. I can't have all my heroes die at the beginning of the story.
Well,
But
I
can't exactly let them go. You see, the way things work in this world, us clowns, as creatures of the Fae, we understand it a bit differently. And he begins gesturing around. These creatures cannot take their turn until I end my turn. But neither can you.
Scam like tries to walk forward and just like starts walking in place like a broken game NPC. How strange.
Yes.
Feywild is an incredible place.
So...
Noble.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Noble brandishes her axe and tries to turn around to keep beating the shit out of these guys more. But she like does like an emote.
Noble starts like hitting the gritty. Tribule looks back into his book and flips a page and says, my suggestion would be, to run, of course, but do not worry, I wouldn't just ask you to blindly run in no direction. You see here, and he hops down off the sign, and he points, and he, like, starts spinning it a bit until, it begins to, like, spin as fast as a carousel, and then faster and faster, and as it begins to slow back down, Scam, right next to it, you can see that the words on the signpost have changed. Exactly what they were before. You didn't have enough time to take a deep enough look, but you distinctly know that that overall, like, the shape of them, the font of them, even the color of them have changed. And pointing up straight north, now there is a sign that says Jaheira's Place.
Okay. Well, now we're getting somewhere.
Well, no, not yet. You will start getting somewhere once I let you. Not to say that I am trying to inhibit you, but, clarifications are important and all. So, I will say to the three of you, my good heroes, I really do hope you give me a good show. The great people of the Feywild are, well, you see, they're counting on it. Good stories are so hard to come by. It's so hard to get a good clown to do honest work. But I am trying my best, and I hope you will all try your best, honky harky. Alright, well, with that being said, please try not to die. I will see you up ahead. A farewell! And he is gone. With him being gone, it will now be every monster's turn.
Slay.
That
Literally.
I think that's what we don't want them to do.
is what they might end up doing now. So let's see. Gelatinous cubes. Gelatinous cubes. Wonderful. Alright, so yeah, they're all gonna move 30. You are up in that tray, though. We're gonna say you're like 30 feet up, so we're gonna say that none of them have the ability to reach you as of right now. I do not believe they have any ranged attacks. No. It has no ranged attacks of any sort. Okay. Next, we are going to have the Poltergeists go. They have, we're gonna have them go all around here. Now the Poltergeist, see, as you're up there sitting in your tree, immediately turning around, you see a Poltergeist fly directly out, like, through the bark, and immediately start letting out this horrific scream right in your face. This does a 13 hit you?
Nope.
Okay. And then, I need a DC 12 strength save from you as well.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh,
Let's go.
that's right on the money.
Beats Weeble.
As this creature continues to scream directly in your face, you feel your bones rattle in your body, almost like they are losing their solidity and becoming incorporeal, just like the creature. You bite down on your lip and you grit your fists and you immediately begin to fight off these horrible effects. The Quasits are going to attack Kenny. Going to attack Noble. All right.
I was gonna say, who's Kenny?
Who's Kenny? Wait. These aren't Quasits, they're Quagoths. Sorry, I've been calling them the wrong thing this whole time. My mistake. It's obviously not a Quasit. It's a Quagoth.
Yeah, what's up with
You
you?
fucking idiot. Okay. Now, okay, so the first one, because you bloody it, has advantage on its attack rolls. So, does a 20 hit you, Noble?
It may.
And then for its second attack, a 21. So those are 2 hits from that first one. That is 9 slashing damage, followed by 5 slashing damage.
I have resistance.
Fantastic.
Enraging.
So 7 total.
So yeah, 7 damage total. Now the attack rolls from the other 2. Does a 17 hit your AC?
It does.
Okay, that's another 6 slashing, so reduced to 3. And then that is 2 more hits from the last one. So that is 7 slashing, reduced to 4, and then 5 reduced to 2. Got all that?
I do.
Fantastic. Could you tell us what your AC is right? What your health is right now?
16.
16
Which
health.
is what my AC is.
Oh, look at that. All right.
How
With
cute. How cute.
Oh.
That's what I said.
with that, all of the monsters have made their turns, and we go back to C.
Okay. I have a game plan here. So we have to hit the bricks. I assume that's what you two are planning, so I'm going to operate off of that assumption. See, the poltergeist is like right behind her, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, rules question.
Rules
Does
answer.
an unarmed attack count as a weapon attack? I assume not, right?
It does not, yeah.
Okay. Then in that case, I am going to attempt to hit the poltergeist with my whip.
Fantastic.
And because I cast Zephyr Strike, I have advantage on this roll.
Love it.
That's crazy that just happened.
2 17s. Okay. So those are both 21s to hit it. A 21 will hit a poltergeist.
Okay, so this is going to deal. Ooh. Okay. Hold on, because I have extra stuff I can do. Extra 1d8 from Zephyr Strike, and I'm going to use my Dreadful Strikes. So that is 10 damage total.
What kind of damage?
3 slashing, 6 force, and 1 psychic.
Hell of a cocktail.
Okay. Fantastic. So first you go through with the whip, and as your whip passes through this, you watch it takes a bit of the ectoplasm away from the spirit, definitely diminishing it to some degree, but it seems wholly ineffective to continue going about it that way. The additional force and psychic damage added on seems to do more of a toll to this creature.
And that's fine, because that was only a means to an end. Now that I've attacked the poltergeist, my walking speed is increased by 30 feet.
Oh.
So I'm fucking out of here.
Hell yeah.
Alright. I'm going to try to scramble down from this tree.
Okay.
So bring me back down that way.
Yep. So you can
Yeah?
you just hop
Okay.
down. You're fine.
Alright. Does that count as walking speed, or...
No.
Okay. Then in that case...
Well, we'll say it was probably 5 feet of movement just to
Okay.
get down there.
She drops to the ground, rolls up her whip, waves at the other two, and proceeds to
To book
hit
it.
the fucking bricks.
To book it, as some would say. I love that.
Hell yeah.
Lovely. Is there anything else on your turn?
Okay, Zephyr Strike is concentration, so I can't do anything. Okay, yeah, that's my turn.
Love it. Scam likely.
Okay, so I'm going to do a number of things here. First, I'm going to point to this poltergeist next to Noble here, and I'm going to say, I bet your social life has about as much substance as your body.
Oh!
And I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
Yeah, of course. A 5.
That fails. That is going to be 2 nice little psychic damage, and it has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes.
Fantastic.
Until the end of its next turn.
Yeah, you finish saying this to the creature, and you watch it, like, look down at its stubby little ghost arms and begin to weep. It begins weeping ectoplasm that immediately, flies back up into the sky, but it means you've diminished some of its ectoplasm, which is effectively dealing damage to it.
Incredible. And then after I do this, I can target myself, right? Yeah. I'm going to shout, my new companions, we must make haste, my dears. And I'm going to use Mantle of Inspiration. I'm using 1 use of Bardic Inspiration. And that will grant, nice, max roll, 12 temporary hit points to all 3 of us.
Ooh!
Oh my god.
This is the good part. We get to move up to 30 feet without provoking opportunity attacks.
Oh!
Immediately, or...
Immediately.
On our turn.
Using
Oh
your
my
reaction.
god! All right.
Immediately, slay.
So I got 30 feet of movement out of that from targeting myself.
You
and
can't
then another
move.
Feet.
It's set.
Yeah.
It's set
I
to not
figured it
move when
out.
it's not your turn. Yeah, don't worry. After Jay's done,
Uh,
I'll move you guys.
And then I will also have 30 feet of just running movement, and that will be it for me.
Fantastic. I'll really quickly. I'll go backwards so that March can run first, and then we will go forwards towards Noble. Now, Scam, when you give out this mantle that allows your friends to kind of book it, what is it exactly that you do? What is it that you say, or what action is it you take that allows this to occur?
I think as he shouts what he shouts, he's kind of doing some gestures with his hands, and little kind of purplish wisps of magic are flying towards them and imbuing them with additional courage and haste.
I love it. Okay, and yeah, Noble, it is your turn. So you can start with your 30 feet of movement given to you by Scam.
Can I hit this guy first, or do I have to move immediately?
It's as a reaction when I do it, so you would have to move
Okay.
first.
Whee!
Yeah, and now your turn can begin.
I'm just gonna walk briskly.
Not even dashing.
Yeah, you could dash if you want to.
Nah.
Okay, is there anything else you would like to do here?
No. I'm chilling.
Okay. Then we will quickly have every monster go. So this one goes about there, which means this one goes there and there. These ones, same. This one can go up to here, so I'll have this one go here and here. And then these ones. So if they were all just taking movement is where they would go. But of course they're all dashing.
Of course.
So they're all going to
Naturally.
move right here.
Oh.
Goodness.
All right. So yeah, all 9 of them dashed. That is the end of the monster's turn. See, it is your turn.
Okay. Yeah, fuck it. You know what? We ball. So, okay, if I do this, 5, and then... Alright, yeah, I'm fine. Alright, C looks back at the honey cubes and is suddenly possessed by a desire for vengeance for her stolen equipment and backs up a step to get in range and lashes out at this one with her whip.
Okay. Roll to hit.
All right. Second verse, same as the first. We ball.
Say Henry VIII bar.
I don't know. I'd just be saying shit, dog. Does a 20
Okay.
hit?
A 20 hits.
Okie doke. So that is the slashing, and this is the force, and this is the psychic. So that's 15 total. 5 slashing, 7 force, 3 psychic.
Slashing, force, and psychic, you say. Okay. Lovely. Yeah. You go through and you begin to whip and you like grab onto one of the random bones inside this cube, and as you like pull the cube out with your whip and flick it off into the forest, it seems like that was a load-bearing bone, and a bunch of the honey in this cube just begins to like fall off the side and rattle onto the ground.
Awesome. She sticks her tongue out at it and then proceeds to bolt. She's out
Awesome.
of here.
Fantastic. You are on to the next scene. Scam likely.
Scam's running out of ghost puns, and he only has the ghost puns because he was being chased by them for like an hour before he thought of any. So he's got absolutely nothing for the cubes and the Quaggoths. So he's just gonna take the disengage action. Or Noble, do you need me? No, you can also get out of this scene just a disengage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, I'll just disengage and get the hell out of Dodge.
Fantastic. So as you disengage, one of these slime creatures, kind of like the one that was just attacked by C, kind of like grows and like almost lunges at you. How do you disengage from this thing?
He does a Dark Souls dodge roll.
Fucking love it. And Noble.
I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna take the disengage action
Okay.
and briskly walk away.
As you as you disengage, both this head poltergeist and Quaggoth like kind of lunge to attack you. How do you dodge them?
She kind of like puts up her giant axe as like a shield, even though she has a shield that she could use, but she wasn't thinking about it in the moment.
Style points.
Yeah, a claw comes at you from the bloodied Quaggoth you've already attacked. You kind of parry it off with your axe, and then you're fucking out of there. All three of you. Let me grab all of you and move you really quickly. Just so setting this up will be something like this.
I love this song.
I'm happy you like it. We're about to change it.
No.
I can't
us
believe you would do that to
go
Kenny.
over here.
We can't listen to this song for 3 hours?
No, sorry. We're gonna go to... I think it is... this song I want to play.
Good name.
I hope you... yeah, I was gonna say, I hope you guys like I give out.
Points. I know what you are.
What do you mean? What do you-
Sorry, I heard the instrumental kick in, and like every part of my brain lit up at once.
Hey man, if you know this artist, you might know a few of the songs I have here. Okay, fantastic. You all follow the signpost that Triboulet had kind of fixed for you, and as you keep running, still pursued by all these monsters, you watch as the sun begins to set. It's not exactly sunset yet, but you figure you have like maybe half an hour tops until the sun begins to go down. Now, all of you aren't exactly the most well-traveled people in the world, and you know, you could go as far as to say that some of you are so poorly traveled, you don't even know the basic things about this world. That being said, there is one thing that every single creature with a intelligence score above 1 knows, and that is when the sun goes down, you do not want to be out in the open. Because remember, these monsters are chasing you in broad daylight. Who knows what will happen once the cloak of the sun has set for the day? Without that kind of base layer of protection and vision, you know, bad things could happen to good people. Thankfully, it looks like Triboulet has set you off in this path here that leads straight into a heavily obscured forest, somewhere you may be able to get away from these creatures. Now, I'm not going to have you guys, like, just take turns and just run here. So, what I want you to do is, the three of you together, come up with a way, either using abilities or just using your creativity, to explain how you put some good distance between yourself and these creatures.
You're both spellcasters, right? Or at least have long-ranged attacks.
Yeah.
I don't have any long-range attacks, not really. But I can cast magic.
I was gonna say that maybe like I could maybe carry the both of you on my shoulders. And then maybe you guys could cast some spells with them that would slow them down.
I certainly wouldn't be upset at being carried.
Because I don't have any long ranged attacks at all. And I feel like being in melee range of all these guys wouldn't be good.
For sure.
Agreed.
When the
Right
goal is
now,
to run away.
right now, my best hope is to continue hurling insults at them, at the hope that they get so sad that they stop chasing us, and then their buddies stop to comfort them.
I mean, C's speed is already augmented by Zephyr Strike, so she's moving and grooving already.
At the least, Noble is gonna reach out her hand to Scam in like a vague gesture.
Scam will cautiously take your hand.
When you take her hand, she yanks you hard and it just throws you over her shoulder. Like
Gently.
potatoes.
Oh god, my
Yeah,
hat.
yeah.
And he like grabs it as it just starts to fly off his head. This thing is expensive.
Okay, fantastic. So we have C and Noble. C with Zephyr Strike, kind of moving as swift as the wind, and Noble just as this giant creature barreling down. And on top of Noble's shoulders, we have Scam, who's just looking back and hurling. You know, just give me. They don't have to be the best work you've ever done. Just give me some base whatever insults here to some of these creatures.
To the Quaggoths, perhaps he would say, is there a personality under there, or is it all just fur? And to the slimes, oh, you're gonna have to give me a second.
What I will say is, after you say that, the one that was already attacked by Noble, the one that's like fully missing an arm, like it's trying to keep up and chase you, but it's losing a lot of blood. And that was like the hammer and the nail. The thing just falls over, like completely unwilling to like go on. It's lost all motivation and most of its bodily function.
It's okay. I've also been so depressed that I died before.
So we're gonna remove one of those Quaggoths.
And he'll also shout at the cube, "What am I supposed to be scared? You look like you should be full of carrots and celery at a bad potluck."
When the cube stops, it looks at the other cube, and you don't speak cube. You don't know what cube is saying. But the cubes just like, they stop and they look at each other, or at least that's what you assume they're doing for a few seconds, and then just continue on with the chase.
Oh man.
But the three of you together, you do just begin to overall outmove these creatures, just here and there and everywhere, gaining leads and small gains where you can find them. As you all cross the border between the kind of open lands and into this forest, you all feel something shift. Like there is some kind of disconnect between where you were and where you are. If anybody would like to make nature or survival checks or arcana checks, You may.
Oh
I'd
my
love
god,
to
I'd
make-
love to make a nature check.
And I bet you would.
Another check.
Oh my god.
Okay, we're gonna go from top to bottom here. So first, C with your survival check. Immediately as you cross through this boundary, you feel a kind of gasping magical sensation that you've felt before. And Scam, as you cross this boundary on the back of Noble, again, this kind of magical sensation you felt before. With C, with you, when you were younger, you were touched by a very specific kind of magic. And as you cross this threshold and you're just looking around, surveying the area, right, you can immediately tell that the atmosphere has been also touched by that type of magic. And Scam, for you, you get this kind of waft in the air, this kind of scent of this inherent magic, the same kind of magic that you know was passed down to you. You feel that same kind of magic has touched the area here. Now, while the two of you have some kind of idea of what's going on, Noble, this is the first time you swear you've ever been in a forest in your life. You have never seen trees so close before. You're only used to these, like, you know, these giant cold mountains followed by these wide open areas, and some ocean. The idea of a place so kind of clumped together, specifically with how big you are, I'm gonna say it starts giving you an anxiety attack.
A mountain, only big.
Oh my god.
Noble, can you make a I think it should be a wisdom save.
I'd love to. Oh,
Ooh. Okay. Yeah.
Holy shit.
As you move into this forest and everything becomes much tighter and tighter together, you begin to get this like claustrophobic feeling. What do you do to either like calm yourself or push away these thoughts?
as she gets into the forest and she sees all these trees and she thinks to herself, a mountain, only bear. But then at the thought of bear, her family of bears, she's like, oh, I sure do love those guys.
Amazing. And you all pass through what you can only kind of emotionally feel as this conveniently placed forest and move into a place with a conveniently placed house. You get through this kind of through what is a few minutes of running through the forest until you find what is this kind of large outkeeping here, right? This kind of giant place where a bunch of trees have been cut down and it looks like the grass and these paths that you're on are very well tended. You also come across another signpost.
I see. What does it say?
Are we still in combat?
You are not in combat. It seems that, like, right now, you've put enough distance between yourself and these monsters. You know that they are still after you. When you went into the forest, you could hear them, although they were falling farther and farther behind. But, so you know they're still after you, but as of right now, you are not in initiative order. You are not in combat.
What's this signpost say?
I'm gonna...
Really quickly, Scam, what languages can you read?
Scam can only read Common and Elvish.
Okay. Well, you can... I will let you know. In Common, there are... here is what you can read, right? The sign pointing back to from where you came says, a conveniently placed forest. The sign to the left says, a brand new problem to handle. And the sign facing, kind of towards like the north says Chihira's place.
Well, I don't know about you two, Gears, but I don't fancy new problems. He's becoming British.
He is becoming
You just
British.
have to accept it.
Join me.
Is there any more like a different language written on the sign?
There are. What other languages can Noble read?
She can read Common, Giant, and Orc.
Okay, none of those languages are written here.
Okay, I might as well give it a shot. The languages he speaks are Common, Elvish, Halfling, and Sylvan.
Yeah. Really quickly, remember, Scam, you just said Common and Elvish, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, fantastic. I wanted to make sure I didn't make a mistake there. So yeah, see, you look and you kind of like move your sunglasses up to get a better view and squint your eyes, and you can see written in Sylvan, not in all three of the signposts, but just the one that leads to Chihira's place, seems to be a little glittering note left behind, and it reads, "Hark thee, honk thee."
Saying that she lifts her sunglasses up when she sees better with them is really fucking funny. She sees the note. Is it like a sticky note?
No, it's like it's kind of like magically
Okay.
carved onto the signpost.
Oh, we can't move. It's still set to combat movement.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hold on. If I go back to here and I end the combat, there we go.
Okay, there we
Yeah.
go. Okay, so she takes a step up to the sign, considers that for a second, and then turns back to the other two, pointing towards the path north with her thumb. Like, I believe that this is the path that Tribule wished for us to go.
Well, I don't want to go back to the monsters, and I certainly don't want any new problems, so...
Well, that, but also there's a note here. She's becoming Scottish somehow.
You kind of sound like Ringo from the Beatles.
Oh fuck, no, I'm going back to American now. No more of
No,
that.
I liked
You-
Ringo. I
you
liked
ruined for
it.
me.
Hey, look at the layout for stream. All right, this is very Beatles-esque.
We can't. We're not allowed.
Oh, that's true.
I've
Someone
got
about
to
the yellow
find my center
submarine?
again. She was British for a bit.
Everyone's British now, except for Noble. Noble's Russian, and that's the way the world is.
It's like in Star Wars, how everyone's British except for like the main characters.
Let's get moving. I don't know why I'm measuring. We're not in combat.
But really quick, yeah. So going back, yeah. So C, you were just saying that there was a extra bit written on the sign.
Mm-hmm. It seemed like that was enough to convince them. I guess it wasn't. Reading it out wasn't necessary.
Fantastic. All right. Yeah. As you all move on forward, you come across a giant kind of fence that's been put up here. The fence looks very worn and torn by time. As you continue walking down this path, you can see it becomes cobblestone now. And it looks like someone is taking a very someone is taking care of this area very intently, although upon further inspection you can see both by the fence and by the cobblestone path that looks like somebody cared a lot about how things were kept here, but cared past tense, where they might have fallen to ruin in the past year or so.
Oh.
As you all come up across the house at the top of the hill, you find a another person standing here, You see them kind of like knocking on the door. Let me quickly, I'll show you this character. So it's this, and then it becomes this, and then boom.
Oh, he's got a kitty.
So yeah, as you all come across this small kind of stone circular house, you see this man and his kitty on his shoulders, and you see he's like knocking on the door before he turns around. He's like, holy, oh, hey.
Scam's just gonna kind of push past Noble and be like, hello there, friend. My name's Scam Likely.
Hey, Coleman Rivers.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And he shakes his hand.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine. As you shake his hand, you kind of feel just like on it these deep indented scratch marks. And then as you get closer to him, you can see that these scratch marks are covering basically his entire body.
It's a feisty cat, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's quite a troublemaker. I don't mean to like alarm you, but, and he points to Noble, he's like, is that
This is abominable, the curse of snow, my dear compatriot.
Noble mimics Scam, and she also holds out her hand to shake, but it's like the size of his face.
Coleman looks at the hand and then looks up at you. He's like, that's
Noble.
all right.
Two friends.
That's okay. I'll just take your word for it for sure. You guys here to see Mama Jahira too?
Why indeed
Noble,
we are.
Noble, kind of confused, looks down at her hands, and then she looks over at the cat, and she changes objectives, and she tries to get the cat to give her a handshake instead.
The cat gives you the handshake. The cat.
Oh,
Let's fucking go.
Not only does the cat give you the handshake, the cat looks into your eyes. And in the same way where it took you a few seconds, Noble, to realize that both C and Scam might have had like actual working minds, for a second you think maybe the cat has one too.
Noble politely introduces herself to the cat, and she goes, "Noble, to friend."
Coleman just looks between you and the cat, and he's like, okay. Alright, yeah, sure. Alright, I guess we're doing that. Cool. He starts, like, rubbing his hands, like, kind of awkwardly, like, standing there. The man is completely shirtless, just there with his, like, tiger-skinned pants and boots that don't even have, like, that are so broken that his toes are still out. Scratch marks covering his body, with this cat just lounging on him. And he's just standing there, kind of awkward. He's like, so do you guys have like a key?
Key.
Yeah, to
Check
get
my
in.
briefcase.
Do you have a
There
briefcase
key
and
in
your
it.
key?
Noble starts searching through her imaginary pockets.
C starts digging through her real pockets.
And this guy's tried knocking, right? We saw him knocking.
Yeah, you saw him knocking.
Can I push past him and knock harder? I feel like that'll work.
Yeah, absolutely you can. Go right ahead.
Make an attack roll on the door.
Yeah, make an attack roll on the door.
Oh my god.
I got an 18 to knock on the door.
Fantastic, yeah. You knock on the door, your fist goes straight through. It seems, again, like everything else here, the upkeep on this door hasn't been fantastic. And although you guys can all see plainly, it's made of the holy sick. I need to move you, honey. You've trampled my man's. And even though it looks like the door was like made of some fine oak and plastered well, it wasn't exactly built or maintained to hold the force of the abominable curse of snow shoving their hand directly through it. And Noble, now your arm is like halfway through the door.
Noble kind of looks back at the gang like she's in a sitcom, and she goes, "Noble found key."
The laughter is entirely in character, by the way. See's staring for a second before she just doubles over and starts losing it.
While looking at everybody, Noble pans her attention to over them, and she goes, "Noble also found monster."
I love this. This is beautiful.
Oh shit! Everyone get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Noble, can you like open the door from the
yanked
other
my
side?
arm out of the door. Yeah, I guess I unlocked the doorknob from the inside. I opened the door.
Yeah.
He's grabbing Coleman by the sleeve and pulling him along.
He has no
By the
sleeves.
arm.
Noble,
I corrected myself.
Okay, good.
after everyone gets in, Noble is gonna start like barricading the door with like the desks and like objects.
Yeah. Make me like some athletics checks real quick.
I'll use the help action if I'm able.
Yeah, absolutely. You can also begin picking up stuff and moving it over. I mean, the 25 is good enough. Yeah. So yeah, Noble, you begin picking up these giant tables and slamming them in front of the broken door. Scam sees you trying to do this and begins pushing stools to cover it up. And before long, you guys have made this kind of barrier here. Immediately, Coleman begins looking around. He's like, "Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not seeing a Mama Jaheira. I'm here for a Mama Jaheira. Where's Mama Jaheira?"
On mountain, no Mama Jaheira, only bear.
Now, of course, we know why we're here to see Mama Jaheira. But what are you here for to get from her?
Hey, no offense, man. I don't know you like that.
Right, that's fair. I was kind of hoping we would like bond a little more while being chased by monsters. That's kind of a thing that happens.
Okay.
It's like
All
when
right.
you put two hamsters in a traumatic situation so they don't eat each other.
I believe they call that trauma bonding.
Yes.
Okay, sure. You know what? You guys tell me what you're here for. I'll tell you what I'm here for.
On mountain, no trauma.
What are you saying?
Yes, of course. I know very well what I'm here for. I am here to buy some delicious pastries.
Oh my god.
Can you make a deception check at disadvantage?
On it, boss. Oh, disadvantage? Yeah.
Damn, the +9 is crazy though.
That's still a 16.
That's still a 16. Yeah. You see,
expertise, baby.
you say this uncommon, like at the word pastries, his eyes immediately narrow, and then you could see he like kind of looks around. And he's like nodding his head back and forth. He's like, "I didn't know she sold pastries. That's interesting, actually." Well, okay, all right, cool.
I thought he was gonna like nod his head, and I was gonna be like, "Man, is this a euphemism for drugs?"
Are the other two of you giving your own reasons, or you're piling on with Scam here?
C sees no reason to disrupt the illusion if this is what we're going with.
Yeah, Noble just isn't gonna say anything. She's getting the feeling that this guy doesn't like her very much. I don't know.
Okay.
She doesn't know why though.
Yeah, they're here for the pastries as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I guess every woman is entitled to, her own hobbies. Mama Jahira is like she's a famed monster hunter from the olden days, and I was kind of hoping to talk to her about what she knew. There's a lot of monsters out and about now. It's
No fucking shot, man.
As he says that, the poltergeists realize they can go through walls.
Oh, I was hoping they wouldn't realize that.
So really quickly, everybody roll initiative.
Yes, boss.
On mountain, no pastries. Oh, my
Kind
dear
of fucking
God.
cooking today.
17.
Fantastic. Why can't I?
How come
Hmm?
everyone? Oh, never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
Don't look at me.
All right.
I don't know about these other clowns, but Kenny, I could never tear my eyes away from you.
There's only been one clown so far. What are you talking about?
Clown of the soul.
Oh, okay.
And we're gonna go back.
Kaizo,
Mm-hmm. Yes, Kenny.
can we see the full PC art?
Oh,
I'd like to feast my eyes.
yeah, of course you can. Why wouldn't I have set that up already? That makes total sense. Let me quickly, yeah. Give the three of you a little time where you can keep doing this. You guys just like talk, strategize, whatever. I will quickly get them all in here.
Quick, somebody help me think of more ghost puns.
On mountain, no ghost, only bear.
That's not helpful, Noble, but I appreciate it.
I apologize. I'm not very good at the whole wordplay thing.
Oh, okay.
Noble looks down really sadly after you told her that she wasn't helping.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm British. Fuck.
I'm sorry, I'm British. Fuck. Bars.
It keeps happening to me. I'm not trying to do this.
Give
It's,
me your ability to be British.
I don't know how. We watched the same amount of Doctor Who. That's not even true.
Okay. They are in. Now let me show this to y'all. Look at this. Okay. Boom. Can you all see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, these suck.
Oh, it's a scrolly bar.
Yes, you should be able to scroll down and see all three of them now.
Oh, these fucking slay.
This
For
is
sh-
so fantastic.
For
I love
sure should have
these.
done this at the beginning. Great suggestion, Kenny.
Oh, the noble art kicks ass.
She's so cool. Get it?
Okay, Noble, you leave the puns to me.
Oh, that's so cruel.
Noble finally getting a good look at Scam. She she points to him and then back at herself. Seeing the superficial similarities of like the skin color and like the hair. And she looks at Scam and she goes, "Bear? Mountain bear? On mountain?"
No, I'm pretty sure they tend to call me more of a twink.
Oh my god, get out of my fucking head!
A mountain only bear.
An otter at best.
Coleman just calls out. He's like, "You do not want to be an otter, man. You don't know what they do."
She makes a so-so gesture with her hand. I believe that twunk is probably more accurate.
That doesn't sound as good.
Anyway, Noble kill
Fantastic.
ghost now.
Yeah, see, you're up first. Rolling like a
All right.
god so far this session.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I see no reason to fuck with the strategy. We're in this bitch like tapeworms. All right.
Excuse me? Can someone clip that? I want it
This
forever.
bitch like tapeworms. It's so funny.
I just be saying shit. All right, yeah, I'm casting Zephyr Strike again.
Okay.
That's my bonus action. Okay. All right, yeah. She scoots over a little bit to reach with her whip, and proceeds to try to smack this poltergeist real good.
Yeah. Go. Go to hit.
Give me that advantage. Hell yes.
A 21 will hit.
Okay. So that's that. Plus. Oh, where's the fucking. There it is. Roll this. And then my dreadful strikes. So that is 4 slashing, 3 force, 4 psychic.
3 slashing, 4 force, 3 psychic. Okay. Again, the slashing does not seem to do much to this creature, but as you pull your whip back, it looks like some of the ectoplasm kind of comes loose and fades into nothing.
Cool. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna stay here. That's
Gonna
my
stay
turn.
right there. Okay. Fantastic. Noble.
Yay! Which one did C just hit? Was it this one?
Yes, it was that one.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
gonna
also
hit
that
one too.
poltergeist movement is reduced by 10 feet because of my
Because of
whip.
slow, yes.
Noble is going to brandish her axe, and she is going to just start beating the shit out of these ghosts. Hopefully. She got a 28.
Yep. 28
Damn.
hits.
She got max damage, 20.
Holy fuck.
Jesus Christ.
And then also she is going to use her cutesy ability from mechanically being a frost Goliath to add some cold damage onto it. That's 2 cold damage, and then his speed is reduced by 10 feet again.
This ghost is slow as hell.
Wait, is it the frost slows him?
Yeah. Maybe? Yes.
Yeah.
The frost chill?
Yes. Okay. You do see as this extra chill goes on, being a poltergeist, it's hard to get much colder than a creature that already has no heat coming off of them. So you watch as like ice begins to form across its body and then like just kind of falls down like an icicle onto the ground. It looks like it took a little bit of ectoplasm with it, but wasn't super effective.
Okay.
The slashing, on the other hand, again, just as effective as the whip was.
Slay. And then I think that's gonna be my turn.
No movement?
No, I'm gonna stay here and protect Scam Likely.
Okay. All right, the first poltergeist will. Is that? Wait, which one is it? It is this one. Okay, this one is going to. Let me really check something really quickly. Okay, this one is going to move through Noble straight here.
Hey, as it turns out, my plan was flawed.
Yeah.
Twisting the error of my ways.
Yeah, Noble, you're
My
standing there.
efforts-
Oh, go ahead.
My efforts, nonetheless, were noble.
Okay, that one was pretty good. That one I'll give you credit for. Also,
All right. First, Scam, does a 9 hit you?
no, ma'am.
Okay, and then I will need a strength saving throw.
You got it, boss. Oh yeah, that's what we need.
That's a
Oh my god.
20.
God damn.
Scam, this creature goes. You watch it move straight through Noble, and then it gets right up in your face and begins to scream. And again, you begin to feel, now this time your bones kind of begin to, like falter, and you feel a little weaker as your bones start to kind of become incorporeal. Tell me not only how you shrug this effect off, but how you turn it against the ghost.
I think as the ghost begins to sort of enter his body and try and haunt and unsettle him, he sort of reaches deep into that well of Feywild-based magic, knowing maybe that it's stronger here in the Feywild, especially with was it the forest that was enchanted, or the forest and Jaheira's place?
You haven't gotten a good read on Jaheira's place yet. You've been a little busy throwing around tables
Fair.
and then fighting ghosts. You do know that, yeah, it was at least the forest seemed to have been enchanted by some kind of Feywild magic.
Anyway, trying to draw on that strong connection, whether it's here or just sort of nearby.
Here, there, or everywhere.
Here, there, or everywhere. Holy shit. And then just kind of
I was muted.
channel it into a pure blast of magic to push this thing away from him.
Yeah, and the three of you watch as Scam just kind of, like, he rolls shoulders and then pops his chest back out, and the ghost, you watch as, like, the ghost scream begins to, like, push back, and the edges of his mouth begin to kind of curl inwards, and he kind of screams at himself, and the poltergeist, all the ectoplasm vanishes as the creature is defeated.
Incredible.
Good luck.
This second poltergeist will come up to C and make its attacks. Now, first, does a 14 hit you, C?
Nope.
All right, and then I will need the strength save from you.
We ball. Never punished. God damn.
Whoa!
I love not finding out what happens when you fail to save.
Yeah, I think I've used this attack 4 times now, and I think it's been a save. You guys have been fine every time. Yeah, okay. So yeah, for the second time, C, this ghost comes up and it screams right in your face. But this is nothing new to you. You're like, fucking whatever, man. And you suffer no ill effects. Scam, it is your turn.
Incredible. Sort of still holding on to that wellspring of magic he released at the ghost earlier, and also, when he was outside, he kind of had the hat covering his eyes most of the time. Like, not all the way, but like very much impeding his vision. But now that he's out of direct sunlight, he has a little "I can see, I can fight" moment. Tips the hat back a little to look more like his actual picture, and reaches his hand far deeper than he should be able to into a briefcase and pulls out an ornate crossbow. And channeling the magic into that crossbow, he is going to shoot this ghost with uncharacteristic precision.
Lovely.
Or that's the hope, at least.
I will say there's a creature in between you and it.
That's true. I'll kind of sidle over to here.
Fantastic. Wait, say that again.
Thank you for not shooting me.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, from there you can definitely hit it.
Really feels like the bare minimum. True Strike doesn't have anywhere where I can roll to attack with it, which is annoying as hell, and I don't have any attack roll spells. Is there anything I can do about that?
Wait, what does True Strike do?
It lets me attack with my charisma. I'm just gonna make a charisma save because that's the same number.
Sure.
Does a 15 hit the ghost?
Does a 15 hit the ghost? A 15 hits the poltergeist, yes.
Incredible. And as this bolt launches into it, it is still whizzing with magical energy and does radiant damage.
Oh, radiant damage.
Yo.
Thank you, True Strike.
Thank you, True Strike, indeed.
And then I think that's it.
How much damage did you deal?
Right, that's important. Sorry.
I mean, I know it's radiant, but like 1? 3.
That's using my dex mod, so the actual damage is 6.
6. Okay, look at that. Yeah.
I gotta like set this up better.
Okay, no worries. All right, yeah, 6 damage straight to this this guy. Fantastic. Is it the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right.
No, I'm gonna hop over this counter
Go for
like
it.
a cowardly prick.
That is going to be an opportunity attack from you. I know you can't see him, but he can see you.
Ah!
So does a 14 hit?
Exactly does.
Okay. That is going to be what is that? 8 bludgeoning damage. As this poltergeist pops out and screams at you, kind of catching a bit of you, almost like shaking your soul as you take this action to run.
It hits me, but I do not seem injured as it has been buffeted by the temporary hit points from my Mantle of Inspiration earlier.
Lovely. And then poltergeist, this one will fly straight up to Noble here. First, it will make its attack. Does a 15 does not hit Noble. I know this now. Now I am smarter. I am wiser. Noble, can I please get a strength saving throw? I'm sure this time it will be a fail.
I'm pretty sure you also have advantage on those.
Yeah,
Are you
while
still
raging,
raged?
you have advantage on strength saves and checks.
I'm not raging right now.
Okay.
Right.
How's a 23, Kaizo?
Yeah, 23's fine. Again, yeah, this poltergeist gets right up in your face, begins screaming, and no, tell me what's Noble's reaction?
Noble's reaction is, did he rolled to hit me, right?
He did, yes.
Noble kind of unfazed. It was the one behind her, right?
Yes.
And without even turning around, a fluffy white tail can be seen coming out from under her giant polar bear pelt that she has. And it... Hold on, what does this do? Does my tail have to roll to hit? It seems like it does.
Yeah, it does.
Here it is. I got a nat 1, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, no, the tail, a tail pops out of your pelt and tries to swipe this guy, and it successfully does. It goes right through him, but no ectoplasm seems to be taken with it this time. Okay. At the end of the initiative order, you guys are going to start hearing bang, bang, bing as some arms of the Quasits begin to rip and tear through the door and all of the other things you've set up here. You get the idea that it's probably going to be one more round until they can begin to enter in. So we'll go back to the top. See, it is your turn.
Okay. I had an idea, but then I was like, that might be stupid.
I don't think you
So,
should let that stop you.
she may have an 8 intelligence, but I don't know if she's that stupid.
Jay, what is Scam's intelligence?
Scam's pretty clever. Scam's a 12. Noble, I'm sure, is
Mine is a 1.
Kaizo.
Mark.
This back here, is that like an elevator? Is that a hatch?
If you were in, I'd say if you were, I guess all the tables kind of have been removed. So yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, it looks like a hatch, like a trap door.
Okay. I was thinking that we could potentially hide there, but I guess if the fucking monsters that start with a Q that I'm blanking on the name of,
Quaggoth.
Quaggoths were able to track us here, then they could probably find us in there too. So it's maybe a stand and fight situation. Fuck it, we ball. We're in this. Let's go. I'm going to swipe at this one underneath Noble.
Okay.
So, oh my god.
An 8.
No, bestie, I have advantage.
Oh, what do you have advantage from?
Never strike.
Have you been casting it every time?
It's concentration.
It's concentration for the next attack.
Yeah, it's not every attack.
Oh my god, really?
Yes.
It's like a smite. I hate to break this to you.
I've been doing that shit wrong the whole time.
I've just been taking the first number every time. The first number has kept hitting, but this time an 8 does not
My
hit.
dumbass cannot read.
Yeah.
However, has it been an hour since our initial meeting?
No.
Awesome, you still have Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, so that's what, a d6?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to use it here.
Yeah, we ball.
Okay, that brings it up to an 11 to hit. That still does not hit.
Worth a shot.
Yeah, I figured.
So yeah,
It's
you
fine.
go and you whip through and pull it back, but this time, again, it looks like these creatures have been kind of whittled away at. They're loose layers of ectoplasm around their kind of, the edges of their forms. It looks like those easier parts to grab and yank have already been discarded. And what's left is more solid, compact matter that you're having a much harder time ripping away at. Anything else on your turn?
God, I'm so mad that that's how the spell works.
I'm so sorry.
Dude,
I'm
a spell that-
actually so tilted.
A spell that just gives you advantage for like, you know, as long as you have concentration, it would be insane.
Advantage and plus a d8 and plus 30 feet of movement speed.
Would be.
That's why I was like,
crazy.
man, yeah, Rangers are awesome. But now it's like, oh yeah, this is, fuck, all right.
It's still
Yeah.
really good.
It's still a good spell. It's just not a busted spell.
Well, at least I still have the initial benefit. That hasn't been taken from me.
Which is the not provoking opportunity attacks.
Yeah, so C, after trying to hit the poltergeist, dips over here, and
Do me a favor.
she's just gonna...
On the
what?
trapdoor. On the trapdoor. Oh, wait, hold on. No, you continue first.
Oh no, I was just gonna, like,
mention interacting with the trapdoor, but it sounds like there's something going on.
Yeah, so on the trapdoor, you see that little zigzag symbol, right?
Yeah.
Click it. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I wasn't planning on going down here, but we ball, I guess.
Bye.
I guess I'm here now. Bye, guys.
Noble, it's your turn.
I got kidnapped by a fucking clown.
Noble is gonna look over at Scam and feel the vibes.
Skin is like shitting his pants a little, but he's trying to hide it. Let's see how well he hides it.
I bet
You
should she
cannot
go
tell
with
that he's
the
shitting his
trapdoor or
pants at
not?
all. He looks so brave right now.
I bet should she go with the trapdoor?
Scam has not even noticed that C has gone down the trapdoor.
Okay.
Really quickly, Noble, before you take your turn, noticing that C has gone down the trapdoor, Kalman is gonna fucking scramble for it. He's gonna get opportunity attacked. So let me quickly do that. These ghosts fucking suck. And Kalman's out of here.
Okay, Noble is gonna turn to Scam and she's gonna say, "We go downstairs, y'all."
Okay. And he's kind of like looking around frantically and he finally spots it. Yes, I trust you.
Noble is going to take the disengage action.
Great, yeah.
And go down the stairs.
Lovely. Alright, it's gonna be this poltergeist's turn before Scam's turn. This one is gonna fly right up to you.
Ah.
First, an attack. Does an 11 hit?
No, ma'am.
And then I need that strength save.
Yes, boss. Ugh.
An 8, a
don't
9
think that's
total. We finally get to see what happens. Alright. So first, that is 10 force damage. And,
That one definitely cuts through the temp HP.
and then you are slammed up against this wall. You are, you kind of grit your eyes as you get slammed back into this hard brick, and as you open it, you see that you are, this attack has made like a little indent, not enough to where you are stuck or have any mechanical, deprivation. But you get the sense that if this happens to you again, things will start getting very, very tricky.
Yes, I'm not planning on letting that happen again.
It is your turn.
Incredible. I don't believe I need to disengage here, so I will just dash. Kind of skirting around the corner of the room. And then dive headfirst before Noble can even close the trapdoor behind her.
Awesome. Press the
I
button.
just like land on top of her.
And would you guys like to take a break now?
I think this is a great spot.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's go on break. How long do you guys want? Like 5-10?
Yeah, like 10-15.
10, 15 works for me.
All right, we'll make it
That's-
roughly 9. Try to be back around 9 if you can.
Yes, boss. Okay.
Skylar!
Meow.
Everyone out of here. Go.
Go, go, go!
Shoo.
Oh my god, the dogs.
They are screaming. They yearn for the mines. Okay. Things are going pretty well so far.
Now that you've said that.
pretty happy with the progress we've been making, with how things have been going here. Very happy. Let me prepare all this stuff on the side. Okay. All right, so these are more or less just notes I'm gonna give for myself as a dungeon master and for I mean no, I mean really who's watching right now, right? I guess is the question to ask myself. Nobody's actually like watching the stream, and I can just cut like this break part out. So I don't think I need to keep being super entertaining right now, but I can like just kind of mindlessly talk as I'm doing this, just preparing. So, see, the good part about these breaks is, although I don't like them because it takes away time from like it takes me out of the immediate like going through of everything. It gives me time to finish preparing things that I should have prepared a long time ago. So I can do this. I can do this. You can. You. I need a lowercase w. I really wish I had a keyboard that had that. That's not the formatting I want here. We could say
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up? Welcome back.
Hi.
What are you thinking so far?
Very fun. I'm enjoying myself. I just wish I hadn't chosen a British accent for my character.
Paul, the ring,
Stop,
the
I'm
magic
gonna
ring,
crash
Paul.
out.
Dude, so originally, right? And I'll tip my hat a little bit here and let you know this. Originally, the kind of musical through line I wanted to use for this was a bunch of Beatles songs. But I've come to realize that a lot of what makes the Beatles songs good are the Beatles, and when you remove like their voices and their lyrics and you're just listening to the instrumentals, all you really feel is like, damn, this is a song that is not finished, instead of other instrumentals where you can be like, they're good on their own.
Yeah.
I love the Beatles. I really wanted to use them as like my motif here, but it was just like Beatles songs without the Beatles is it just wasn't good enough. So when you started doing that voice, and I was like, that fits the vibes so well.
It's fucking humiliating, is what it is.
But in like a good way, right?
Well, no.
Okay. Cool. Those are done. Oh, now I need to get them into a right. The whole streaming part of things has been very interesting. It's been adding a layer in of
I'm back.
doing things on Foundry than I used to.
Kenny.
Hi, Kenny. I'm so used to having like just being able to put like pictures and text and everything in a Discord channel. But I need to display it all. Oh, really quickly while I have you two, do me a favor. The 5th tab should be a journal tab. Do you guys see things in the journal tab?
Yes.
What do you see?
Kalman, notes, Triboulet, y'all.
Okay, fantastic. And you can click on them and you can see those things?
Yes.
So cool. Awesome. That means everything is working how I want it to, which is shocking.
That never happens. I love that you changed the background wreath for the player characters on this one.
Yes. The background for NPCs will continue to be it's going to continue to be the normal Hidden Intense background, but I was like, yeah, I want this the player characters. It's a different setting. They shouldn't have the same wreath.
I also like that Triboulet is just the gay pride flag.
I think that we got the better wreath.
I really am a big fan of the flower garland.
I'm happy you guys enjoy it. So, why did it? What is the if you want to copy paste text into something, but you don't want it like formatted the same, what do you do?
What? You cut out a little bit.
What if I wanted to kill myself? What steps would I take? So it's like
Are you asking?
if I do Control V, it takes what I copied and puts it in there exactly as I copied it. What if I don't want that formatting? What if I want it
Control Shift V.
Control Shift V? Hold on. Let me try again. Control Shift V. There we go. And we take this and we put it. Pasted data for 7 object tokens. Oh no. No, get out of here. Get out of here. That's not what
I'd
I
like
was.
to hear that.
No, let me.
Find
Hold
that
on.
things are going well.
Okay.
This is what D&D is all about.
This is what D&D is all about. And I go here, and I go back to here. Control Shift. Fuck! I pasted them again. Ignore that. Ignore them. They're not here. Get out of here, guys.
In the town where I was born, lived a man who sailed to sea.
Sailed to sea.
And he lived beneath the waves in a yellow submarine.
Submarine.
We all live in a yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine. That's the only Beatles song I know.
It's an amazing song.
That was
So
fire. Official Kaizo Kenny duet win.
I think that was it, bro. I think you just heard it.
I'm glad we got that on stream.
Yeah.
Chat, click that.
I want to say this, right? So another thing about the Beatles is when I was younger, my older brother and my father listened had the Beatles on like all the time. There was like never a time where the Beatles were not being played, I want to say. And as my younger brother got into like music as well, he also started being like, yeah, the Beatles are pretty damn good. And it got to this point where when I was younger, I fucking hated the Beatles, not because they were bad, but just because I couldn't fucking take it anymore.
Overconsumption.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then once that calmed down and they all started listening to like different music again, I started listening to the Beatles and I was like, damn, these songs kind of good. That's all to say. Whenever I hear like most Beatles songs, my like immediately in my head, I'm thinking like back to when my entire family is on a car ride and we're all singing the fucking Beatles. So anyone starts singing the Beatles, my first instinct is start singing the Beatles.
Hello.
Hi Jay.
Hi.
Hi.
Love the fucking Beatles. Okay. Bro,
On Mountain, no Beatles.
this is a call out
Only
post.
Yeah.
There.
This is a call out post for Connor Duh. Now my good friend Connor, all of you know him. He has a lot of interesting takes, and one of his horrendous takes is that he thinks the Beatles are bad, and it's because of that. Like I know that he wasn't going to heaven already, but I feel like the other things he could have argued at the gate. He could have been like, being gay is like, it's not that much of a sin anymore. This thing, that, the other thing. But the second he's like, oh, and I don't like the Beatles, they're sending him to hell. You can not like them as people. That's fine. I'm pretty sure John Lennon was an asshole, but maybe it was George Harrison. One of them was an asshole, but
Maybe it was all of them.
maybe.
Maybe they were all just a bunch of assholes who happen to make music.
That's most people. Okay. Let's get back into it. You guys can all move yourselves a little bit here to so that you're not standing on top of each other.
Combat movement.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, I
let
actually can't.
me end the combat. Assign XP. What the hell? No.
Yes, give us XP.
No!
Level up.
Oh, you want to do XP leveling? Is that what you want?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
Nobody
No.
actually wants XP leveling. That's not what the people want. Trust me. I'm doing a campaign where we're doing XP leveling. It took 5 sessions in between levels 3 and 4.
Ugh.
All right, and now at level 4, the jump between 4 and 5, it's gonna be a while too. All right, XP leveling is
Sessions.
fucking slow.
I'm gonna start taking the rubble and like the miscellaneous furniture and start stacking it on the stairs and do a barricade.
I love it. Yeah, give me another athletics check.
I'm not sure it's necessary, but I'll be helping with this one.
Love it.
Surely there's nothing important in this desk.
Can I check the drawers of the desk before you?
You can try.
Scam walks
Yeah.
up to this bookshelf, and they're immediately looking at these books, and they're like, "Okay." And then Noble picks the entire thing up and chucks it at the stairs, immediately, like perfectly wedging it in between the top stair and the trap door.
She like starts like dusting her hands off, and she's like, "Job well done" in her head.
Job's done.
Is like the part facing us, the part with the books, or are the books like all flown out now?
The books are now scattered across the ground.
I'll just pick up a couple and take a look.
Give me a investigation check.
You got it. That's intimidation. That's the wrong eye skill.
Don't intimidate the books. They get scared easily.
Books, you'll tell me what I want and what I want now.
Okay.
Teen.
Looking through these books, it looks like a lot of them have been lost to either water damage or it looks like something has been like tearing out or nibbling on the pages, perhaps. If you had to guess, you would say like some kind of small animal that gathers, like maybe a rat that was like eating it, or maybe a bird that was stealing pages to make nests out of. A lot of the books have random pages or whole parts of them that are missing. What you do gather is that a lot of these books, these don't look like widely published books. These all, like all of them, from the way they're titled and from the way they are written in, you can all tell all these books were written by the same person.
Do I have a name?
You do not have a name. It looks like whoever wrote them elected not to put their name on there.
You do have a
You
name.
Quickly.
Awesome. I'm gonna grab some of the ones that look in better condition than others and shove them in my briefcase.
Fantastic, yeah. As you guys kind of begin doing this, you begin to hear banging from the trap door, but it looks like the bookcase is holding up. You feel like you have at least a few minutes before they're going to get through that. Coleman starts walking around. He looks at this giant pillar here, and he's like, man, I never would have guessed Mama Jahira had all this down here. Huh. I guess that old bag still has some fight in her.
You think she wrote all these books?
Oh, I mean, yeah, could be. Apparently, she used to write a lot about fighting monsters, all their, their weaknesses, their vulnerabilities, all the skills they use. She's supposed to really know her stuff.
Were the books about monsters that I could tell?
Yeah. Upon this, you take one back out of your briefcase. You kind of look through it, piecing. Again, it's very hard to tell because of how much is missing or destroyed. But just kind of piecing some of it together, you can see, yeah, it looks like, at least this book, it follows a structure of the name of something in bold letters, and then a bunch of text specifically about them.
Right.
One of the
like
only
some kind of monster manual.
Yeah, like a monster manual of sorts. You can see that there are illustrations of some of these monsters. Again, you're just flipping through it quickly. You can't find anything of substance that like actually tells you anything. But
Are any of the illustrations AI generated?
no AI generation here.
Hell yeah.
They all look like they were very carefully practiced. Some of them, the illustrations, again, a lot of them ruined, but the ones that you can make anything out of, it looks like they were drawn kind of in a rush, almost like someone was being chased while they were drawing them.
Awesome. That's the end of my book questions.
I'm peeking down this little hallway here.
Yeah, peeking down the hallway, you immediately see it is covered in spider webs. You can see there are a few spiders of average size, and by average, of course, I mean small. Kind of rummaging around here. You can plainly tell, just like everything else in the house and outside, back above, it looks like this area has gone undisturbed for quite some time.
Well, it doesn't look like Noble is going to fit through here. Just eyeballing it. So I think
Noble. She comes up behind you, and she wants to follow you like into the doorway of the hallway, but she stops, and she just kind of looks down sadly.
no,
She
it's all right. I'll be back in a moment.
On mountain, no hallways.
I think you could fit through that crawling, don't you?
How tall is it?
It looks like it's maybe 6 feet tall. You would.
Nothing in there.
The only way you could possibly get through this is if you basically laid on your side and then got pushed through it like a battering ram.
Okay, so I'm actually it's occurring to me. It's not above Kaizo to pull some kind of shenanigans here. You said there were spiders in there, right?
There are spiders in there, yes.
Can I make like a survival check to see what kind of spiders they are?
You
If,
may.
like, it'd be a problem if I got bitten by one.
Yeah, you may.
Just in
Can I
case.
also make one?
Because
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I don't want to risk this at all. I'm burning a luck point on this.
I'm actually not bad at survival.
Okay, a 15.
Well,
19. All right. So yeah, see, you look in these, and you're not exactly sure what kind of spiders they are. But they seem like they're like a brown to a light tan. You know in nature that most creatures, if they're toxic or poisonous, then they're usually brightly colored, and these aren't super bright, so you're thinking you're fine. Noble, you look in, these are brown recluses. One
Yeah.
bite from these things are fucking trouble.
yeah. You said brown, and I was like, oh man.
Noble sees C kind of like leaning in to take a closer look at the spiders. And Noble's eye finally catches one of them, and she takes both of her hands and she puts them on C's shoulders, promptly stopping her, and she says, "Spider poison."
Spider poison?
Spider poison.
It takes her a second, but she narrows her eyes, and then it's like a light bulb goes off above her head. And then entirely logically,
Poison.
she
spider.
she unrolls her whip and snaps it into the hallway to make them scatter.
Yeah, give me a quick intimidation check.
Can I help action by
You can.
standing here?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So help action plus I have an extra bonus from my thing. Okay. Intimidation, you said?
Intimidation.
Thank God for the advantage.
Woo!
Nice.
Yes.
So that's also I have a +2 from otherworldly glamour, so that's 21.
Fantastic. Your
I'm pretty
DC
sure
was
that's added automatically.
Is it?
What's your charisma?
Oh yeah, it is. Okay.
Okay.
Because my charisma's +1.
fantastic. The DC was 8.
Cool.
Yeah, you crack your whip, immediately all these spiders begin to scatter, crawling into little holes in the brickwork, back into the earth, and now passage through here will be safe.
C gives Noble a cutesy little salute and then starts heading through.
Before you go, I'm British. Fuck. Before you go, do stay safe out there, my dear. And I will pass you and Snowball as well. Why not? A bardic inspiration, since they last an hour now.
Awesome.
Ain't that crazy?
She gives
are
a
you
thumbs
playing
up.
An instrument?
Not at the moment. I'm kind of between instruments right now.
See, as you immediately come down here, you can immediately make this place out to be a library. Again, it looks like most of this, specifically the places that are higher up, have not been touched. There's a lot of spider webs, but most of these spider webs, again, seem to be towards the, above, 4 feet and over. Maybe above, 5 feet and over, actually. It looks actually like the books and other things here still see some use.
Okay. Two things. First, you said that the spider webs are like around 5 feet, and then that's when they start happening.
Yeah, they start happening at a certain height of like 5 feet and over.
Okay. Can I make like a perception check to like plot out a path that doesn't end up with me getting a face full of spider web?
Well, the spider webs, you can see them here on the map. They're mostly at the
Oh, okay. I
edge.
was thinking there were more here than.
No,
All
no,
right.
no, no.
That's
Yeah,
cool. In that case, I'm gonna check out like the books that seem commonly used.
Yeah, you just kind of go ahead. You see that there's a book that's like open there with a little skull next to it. And you walk up to it. You kind of grab it. Immediately, in what seems to be fresh ink, you see a page open of this kind of thing, and it says Ghast Grave Collar. As you begin to read it, you see classifications. You begin to see like examinations, a little chart about what this author believes its like best and worst traits to be, notable things about it, things that are more and less effective to it. And as you're there, ooh, you've killed me.
Kaizo got a mouthful of spider webs.
The spiders. And yeah, as you're there and you keep kind of reading down, you see that this page looks unfinished.
Okay, so presumably whoever wrote this is nearby. Oh,
Anything over there? Should we be
Fantastic.
following you?
Let me quickly share this with my wonderful players. Here.
Oh,
Immediately you see this old, frail-looking woman. Her skin looks tanned repeatedly over and over by hard days of labor in the sun. Her fingers almost naturally curl inwards as if they've spent a lifetime holding knives and pencils in a, like curling her fingers in day in, day out, long and long enough to where that is where they now naturally sit. You can see she sits in this giant wheelchair made out of this very nicely polished wood. And you can see it looks like there are squirrels running in the wheels to move her around. Immediately as you see her, she sees you and she begins to say, "Oh, what the fuck do you think you're doing in my house? I swear to God, I'll fucking kill you!"
Can we hear her?
Yeah, you guys now hear down from it sounds like this.
Noble, we should get going. Noble, we should get
at the
going. Post
at the
haste.
sound of another voice, Noble immediately like falls on the floor, goes sideways, and starts trying to shove herself through the hallway.
Scam's gonna help by pushing.
Okay,
I
Scam.
think the rule is if you're squeezing your half speed.
Yeah. So, Noble, what I want from you here, is well, actually, I'll let you guys choose. Either Noble, it is going to be a don't know what I want to rule it as. I think it's either going to be an acrobatics on your part with Scam helping you, or it is going to be an athletics on Scam's part with Noble helping them.
I'm strong-ish. I have a 12.
I'm not very good at acrobatics.
Yeah, I'll try and shove her.
Okay, go for it.
And Noble's helping me, or
Yes, you're
is
getting the
Call
help.
helping
You're getting
me?
the help action from Noble.
Awesome.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Oh, God.
that's so bad.
A 7 overall.
Am I stuck in the hallway?
You can add a bardic inspiration onto this if you'd like to.
I can't. Or can she?
Noble can add hers.
Awesome.
What is it?
It's a D6.
D6. Surely getting above a
Five.
10 will
Yes.
help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting above a 10, it is a much harder process than you would have imagined. But after what seems like maybe a full 30 seconds of jamming, specifically when it gets to this bend here, where you have to kind of like, the problem where mathematicians were like, what's the perfect
Yeah.
shape for the
That's the
the
first
couch?
thing I thought about.
Yeah, it is. You get to this corner and you're like, oh, and you start like shifting her and moving her, and it's 30 seconds where you go and you get to successfully move her in through, and then the three of you pop out on the other side.
Are C and Jahira just awkwardly listening to this? Like just standing there while we're doing it?
No, we're gonna go back in time for a second here. So yeah, see this old lady sitting in this nice that's the wrong picture to pull up, in this nice ordained chair, kind of begins wheeling up to you really fast. And you can see again the chair is moving her without her putting her hands on the wheels. There are these little chipmunks running in the wheels that are moving her along. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing in my house? I swear to God, I'll fucking kill it.
I am choosing to believe that you're cutting out just from the force of this woman's rage.
Yes.
C instantly starts panicking, raises her hands up in like a very clear defensive, I'm not going to do anything gesture. You know what? Fuck the accent. Whatever. She make sure that her whip is like out of her hands at this point. It's like rolled up on her hip and is like, sorry. We were looking for you actually, and then a bunch of monsters showed up and we had to keep running, and it was a whole thing.
She eyes you up and down with these very like distrusting eyes. It's obvious she does not seem to believe your story. Can you give me a persuasion check?
Yeah. I was gonna ask for advantage considering I'm being honest, but like...
No, yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, she eyes you up and down. She like leans and gets very close to you and then sits back in her chair comfortably. She's like, looking for me, huh? A lot of people out here looking for Jahira nowadays. I had to turn all them away. They thought Jahira was crazy, but Jahira ain't crazy. Jahira knows when the end times are coming. You know they're coming too, don't you? It's at this time that Noble is now pushed from the hallway, followed by Scam and Coleman.
Scam steps into the room, visibly unsettled by the spiderwebs, which is unusual for a drow. And then sees you here and is like, oh shit.
How tall is the ceiling in here?
Ceiling here is maybe like 16 feet tall.
Alright, fantastic.
But again, specifically around the edges, from like the 5 feet up, covered in spider webs, like somebody has not been able to reach those spaces to clean them out.
Noble walks in this room, sees all those spider webs, then takes her axe out and just starts like spinning them around her axe. It's like cotton candy.
Well, I love that, like Italians using their forks to get all the pasta. That's fantastic.
Holy shit.
Jahira looks at you and she's like nodding. She's like, finally, someone tall around here. Jahira hasn't been able to reach up there. Coleman steps out really quickly. He's like, Jahira, I've been looking for you. And then she like raises up a hand just like to silence him. Just like one hand, Aura shames him into silence. He's like, so what are you all here for? Why are you looking for Jahira?
Your pastries.
No. Oh my god.
Pastries?
I heard you baked a mean pastry. Is that not true?
She lifts up her sunglasses and pinches the bridge of her nose.
It is true. I just didn't know anyone knew about them.
Well, I'd like to sample them.
It's only bear claws. A lot of bear claws on the mountain.
On
Scam looks to
nothing.
Noble.
Only there, no pastry.
Young man, you've never had a pastry?
I've had pastries, but
Not you, that
I
young
hear yours.
man. She points to Noble.
Noble, finally she said bear claws?
She said bear claws, yes.
Noble looks a bit disturbed and she's like, bear claw? And then she looks down at her hands. And then she looks at, Scam and she's like, a mountain, bear family, no eat bear.
I'm pretty sure bear claw is like it's just like in kind of in the shape. It's not real bear claws, right, Chihiro?
Yeah,
Right,
sure.
Chihiro?
Just a pastry. Come in,
Can I
come
make an
in.
insight check?
You cannot.
Okay.
Again, the chipmunks kind of like oncoming, like she snaps her fingers and the chipmunks start rolling her around backwards.
Oh, there's a lot more in here than I thought there was.
Yeah. You, as you all kind of step forward, you immediately see it looks like down here is this very lived-in area. A lot of chairs and tables and books have kind of fallen to the ground, and you're starting to get a better understanding for what's happening here. It seems Chihiro lives down here alone. She is stuck in a wheelchair, cannot bend down far enough to pick up something if it's dropped, and cannot stand up to clean anything from the higher places, leading to what you could only assume is a literal hell for someone to live in, specifically if they're living there alone. You cannot get
What
a
about her
sense.
squirrels?
I was gonna say you cannot get a sense for any living creatures in here other than various insects and the little chipmunks that are wheeling her around.
The chipmunks are smart enough to make a wheelchair go, but they can't pick up books off the fucking floor.
It maybe is not about their intelligence level, but their strength.
Scam just kind of wonders quietly to himself, what does she eat?
The chipmunks wheel her right up to a nice spot in between here, and she kind of waves her hand, inviting you all to sit down.
Noble tries to squeeze herself in the chair, but it just breaks, and she falls on her ass on the floor.
Once you've all gathered around, the old woman continues. She says, "All right. So, who told you where I live?"
Monster.
Signposts?
Signposts. Of course. Signposts. You watch as she reaches across the table and kind of with her crooked fingers basically claws one of these open books closer to her, takes a quill and starts writing in big letters, signpost, and then begins to write little things, again, like classifications of it, this and that. As you guys eye these other open books and things here, you can see it looks like what she is writing nowadays is a mixture between things she remembers about monsters and complete fucking nonsense.
Right.
And as she's writing this about the signpost, she's like, all right, and then she gets interrupted as you guys hear crash. The sound of a bookcase being completely torn apart.
Yeah, that'd be the monsters.
Noble gets up and then she starts blocking this entranceway with bookcases.
Okay. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, you start. Yeah, give me another check for that. What was it? I think it was just
I'll get over
athletics.
and help.
Yeah, 26
You
is
don't need
great.
it.
Yeah, you just start grabbing these giant, heavy oaken bookcases and just sliding them over. Again, Noble, you think back to how hard it was for you to squeeze through there. You know that theoretically it should be just as hard for these creatures too. So again, you should have at least some time. But these monsters seem intent on fucking ending your lives. See, from where you are, Jaheira kind of like looks up. She like kind of snaps at you in that kind of old feisty way, and she's like, "You're like monsters here. It's my sanctum." She's like breathing out through her nose very heavily.
I did mention that we were being chased by monsters. It was the first thing I said.
Noble
Apocalypse
picks up
upon us.
Scam and puts him over here. And then while all of them are talking, she also puts bookcases in this entryway that she's
Lovely,
standing in.
lovely. Jaheira, she's like, "Okay, there's a back entrance we can go through. I'll show you. Come with me. Come with me." And you watch. She starts wheeling as she goes. Real quickly, Coleman is going to come up to whoever's in front, which is going to be C, and he's going to kind of put his hand out to stop you for a second. He's just going to kind of like look at you, and in a very low, whispery voice, he's going to be like, "I think she's lost it. I don't know if we should trust her."
The looks between
Okay.
Coleman and Jaheira a couple times. Can I? Well, no, actually, you said Scam couldn't, so I probably wouldn't be able to either. I think it's our best shot at the moment, unless you want to try taking on those monsters by yourselves.
He looks back and he's like, I mean, yeah, no. Hey, why are they chasing you guys so feverishly anyway? What did you do to piss them off this much?
I just wandered into an area I wasn't supposed to be in.
I was doing some investigative work.
on the mountain. I make necklace out of ancestor bones.
That's so damn true.
Coleman, every time Noble speaks, you can watch he gets a little more annoyed. But then after that, he's like, "Listen, guys, I have also been. I mean, look, I've been, I know a lot about monsters. Okay, is basically what I'm trying to say. And I don't know, maybe there's a way you could appease them. We keep running. What? We're gonna run from them forever? I mean, what does this old woman know anyway? I say what we do is we give them the woman.
No.
What?
Noble comes up from behind C and she leans down to her and she's like, "Why listen to coward?"
That's metal.
No, Noble. I'm thinking the same thing.
I don't think we should discriminate against people just because they're cowards.
Noble picks up Scam and then she starts walking.
Coleman just looks down his hands, like, "Fuck, am I chopped liver?" Follows in suit. As you guys make up lost time, you see Jaheira. It looks like her wheels have gotten stuck in these large spider webs. Again, insinuating that she hasn't even been close to this area in some time.
I start cleaning up the spider webs like cotton candy with my axe and then taking a big old bite out of it when it gets big enough.
Oh,
You gain 1 HP back.
God.
Oh my
Yay!
As you clear up the path through, Jaheira keeps wheeling herself, using chipmunks as free labor, and she begins to speak and say, I've been studying monsters my whole life, a very long life, mind you, and there's one thing I can tell you about a monster. Monsters are very territorial, and recently, she keeps, like, every break she takes, she breathes heavily in through her nose, like it almost would struggle her to breathe any other way. But then letting out a giant sigh through her mouth. She just goes, more and more nowadays. The territory of monsters, it's a-shifting. Back when I started hunting monsters, oh, it was all different. They all had their habitats they stayed in. They all have their little areas, but no, something's a-changed out there. Something's not right anymore. The sun, it's not pushing them back like it used to. They're not scared anymore, these monsters. No. And that's why Jaheira, smart old Jaheira, she moved underground. She knew the monsters can't go where they don't know about. But you let the monsters down! I'm fine. But you let the monsters down here. Jaheira's gotta get her move on. Jaheira ain't gonna be killed by no monster today!
Are these spider eggs?
They do appear to be giant spider eggs.
I look over at C, and then I look over at the spider eggs, and then I kind of like make a flourish with my axe as
He
if
shakes her head.
suggesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Really quickly, I will also say, you guys all see Jaheira is going straight upwards, but it looks like there's a different passageway you could possibly go. One that is covered in these flowers that you've seen before.
What about the flowers? You cut
Hello?
out.
Sorry, one, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. You see that there are some bright glowing flowers in there that look familiar to you.
Oh.
And what?
I'm gonna go
what?
check those out. You guys can stay here if you want.
No,
uh,
I'm coming to check out the flowers.
So I'm gonna like try to clear through these with my whip.
Sure. Yeah, no issue. Light work. And Noble, are you coming along?
The,
I'm
that
gonna-
passageway does look a little narrow.
She can squeeze through.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll squeeze through.
Okay. We're gonna go to this song again.
Ooh.
As the three of you enter into this room here, again, you are met by these little glowing flowers that you have ran across a few times before. And as the last one of you makes it into the circular room, you hear and appearing in the doorway, you see Triboulet. And he
Oh,
begins,
hello.
he immediately begins to speak. A harky honky. Hello, my dear heroes. It seems you've made it to Jaheira's place safe and sound. Oh, I'm so proud of you. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Come
I'm glad we earned your favor. Could I ask you something though?
You can ask, but I may not tell.
Well, it was less of a question and more of a request. Can you stop calling people my dear? That's supposed to be my thing.
And where did you get that from? Your mom?
His Scam just narrows his eyes.
Oh, don't worry, Scam. We go way back.
Can I make an insight check?
You can.
Yeah, I bet they will go way back.
You think back to the kind of things your mom has said before, specifically about like she has taught you these Feywild skills. Clowns are creatures of the Fey. Putting two and two together, fuck it, makes sense. Maybe this is who she learned them from.
You know my mother.
I know so many mothers, dear. You're gonna have to. Oh, sorry, not dear. Love? I know
You.
so.
Love works great.
I know so many mothers, love. You'll have to narrow it down for me. On
mountain, mother is bear.
Oh. He's gonna like walk straight up to you, Noble, and he's gonna like pat you on the shoulder and say, "But we are not on Mountain, Noble, and here there is no mother."
Not on mountain. You are mother?
Let's. You see, he like kind of like starts scratching
Yeah?
his head, kind of like putting it into this giant hairpiece of his. He's like, let's bookmark that, shall we? And he takes out his book and he like snaps it closed. He's like, see, a bookmark. Anyway, fair ladies and gents, the Witchlight has been loving your performance so far, darlings. Okay, absolutely loving it, but we do sense there's not enough, what should I say, relation. We don't know your goals, your secrets, your intents, if you would. And he makes like a little for the snap and like lock gesture. He's like, how is anybody supposed to relate to you, to root for you? I mean, of course, I know what you all want. But wouldn't it be better to get it out in the open? To take all your deepest secrets and let them fly for an audience you know nothing about? Wouldn't that be swell?
Am I allowed to say no?
Ooh, of course you are. We do love a mystery here.
I feel like I'm in the Hunger Games right now.
Real as fuck, actually.
This is Caesar Flickerman.
I don't know who
Never
that
seen
is.
The Hunger Games.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about, Kenny. It's a really fitting comparison.
Have you seen the movie?
I saw it a long time ago.
Kaiser J.
I've seen.
No.
Actually, maybe it doesn't matter.
I saw the movies. I saw the first two movies when they came out, but that was so long ago.
Anyway, Noble tilts her head in confusion. This is going over her head. She doesn't get it.
Triboulet looks around. He's like, okay. I understand. I might have overstepped my boundaries. That is fine. Oh, honko hark. Well, as I said before, the lands of Gore are vast and expansive. And there are stories here, there, and everywhere. I'm sure one of them will get them to, what should I say, bubble and rise to the surface. Not all secrets are kept secrets forever. And he is going to kind of like skip past you guys up to this open book. And he's going to say, what is this? It could be anything.
Is book, yeah? Stupid clap.
I'll take a look at the book.
Fantastic. You take a look at the book, and immediately, all three of you gain bardic inspiration. I believe,
Ooh.
C, you were just given it, and it hasn't been used yet. So, you are, next time you roll bardic inspiration, it's going to be just both of them together.
Oh, okay.
So for Scam and Noble, you guys have a D10 inspiration for the next hour you can throw on somewhere. And
Shit.
C, you have a
Yay.
D10 plus a D6.
Yippee.
And then you watch as he skips over to this chest and he's like, and what could this be?
It's just, yeah? Stupid clown.
I'll investigate this time.
Awesome. Yeah, you walk open. You walk over to this chest and you like kind of pop it open, and what you get is a You see, there's a full calligraphy set. I don't know if calligraphy is actually the right word there. But you see a bunch of feathers and a bunch of ink and a bunch of other writing utensils. And he points between that and he points to the book and he's like, sounds like I won't be the only one making a story. I mean, you are surrounded here by all this knowledge of monster kind. Who knows? Maybe remembering where all these monsters do could help you one day. I mean, not that I know. I'm just your busker.
Huh.
In the journal
Strange
tab,
lad you are.
you guys should see something that just says notes.
Mm-hmm.
That
Ooh.
is this book here. You guys, I believe, should all be able to write in that.
Hell yeah.
So that is this book. This is for you guys to write anything you want, and it will all be in character.
Incredible.
Exciting.
fun.
Okay.
After he, Triboulet is sure you guys have seen all that, he's like, okay, well, I won't keep you waiting anymore. There are stories to tell, and there are adventures to be had. Do you have any last questions for me before I see you off?
Why are the monsters after us so much? They're not normally this, for lack of a better word, intent.
That is a very good word to use. I dare challenge you to even try to find a better one. You see, my dear C, if that even is your real name. Little joke. The world we are living in, or I should say all of you are living in, is going through some deep, dark changes. The natural order of things as they were before, and have been for centuries so, is beginning to shift. Where there has been oppression, there will now be a revolution. Where there has been people pushed aside, they will now clamor for the spotlight. And where there were monsters pushed into the dark, they will now sometimes try to seize the light. And you, my dear Three, just as I've been drawn to you, can only imagine what else will be drawn to you. It is very hard having the spotlight when everything is a moth.
Okay. That makes about as much sense as anything else you could have said.
Oh, thank goodness, because truthfully, I have no idea why the monsters are after you.
Well, it does track with what Jahira was saying earlier.
Oh, you actually found your hero. I thought she was dead.
She lowers her sunglasses to stare at Triboulet.
Can you just make an insight check for me?
Yeah, sure. Well,
I mean, hey, it's pretty good. You look at him, right, and even though you see worse without your glasses on, just like removing this barrier and now seeing him, straight eye to eye with nothing interrupting, you get this deep sense of kind of spiraling nausea, almost like if a painting of vertigo begins to well up in your chest. This kind of I want to say like sense of magical unease wavers over you, not in a offensive way, not in a way where it's not an attack, not offensively, but just kind of in this way where you get this great sense you are staring face to face with something very, very grand and very hard to understand.
she reckons with that for a second before she shakes her head really quick and then regrets it when it makes her feel worse and slides her glasses back up.
And then Triboulet looks to Noble and says, "And, my love, Noble, if there is ever something about the world you're in that does not make sense to you, do not hesitate to just ask.
Noble has question.
Triboulet has answer.
Is Bear Claw really pastry?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
She looks down at her hands in horror.
It had to get its name from somewhere.
Pats Noble's arm comfortingly.
Well, I think I've taken up enough of your time. I will see myself out. And he begins walking back towards the exit here. And then he stops, does a heel turn, looks back at all of you, opens back up his book and says, "On to chapter 2," and then vanishes into the hallway.
Noble shoves herself back through the hallway.
Fantastic. You guys all successfully shove yourself back through the hallway, and as you do so, you immediately see it looks like those monsters were not stopped that time, and we will end the session here.
Damn, well, if it isn't the consequences of our actions.
It's okay. Surely Callum will help us this time and won't just stand there.
All right, hey, congratulations, guys! You survived session 1 of Here, There, Everywhere. Round of applause.
Oh.
Okay, all right.
I'd like to thank Kaizo, and I'd like to thank Jay, and I'd like to thank March. But most of all, I'd like to thank Kaizo again.
Thank you. Yeah, what do you guys think so far?
Very
Fantastic.
fun. Loved
I'm excited
loved
for
every
next
second of
week.
it.
Great, grand. Exactly what I was hoping for.
I love that you're like acknowledging the consequences of mainline hidden intents without staring them in the face too hard. It's very interesting.
Yes. That is kind of what is happening here. It's you are handling. This is now what it's like for people to live in a world where all those other things have changed, but specifically how, like, what has changed and why it's changed doesn't matter. Just that something is changed, right? And that's all the context that is needed. The grand mystery of why there are these monsters again, right? That doesn't matter. What matters is, like, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, it's very much down to earth, grounded. Like
I'm gonna
As
rip
much
and
as
tear.
anything in hidden intents can be grounded.
Yes. Gonna rip
I
and
think
tear.
that I'm gonna rip and tear until it is done.
True.
Lovely. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna end stream here. Everyone say
Bye,
goodbye.
stream.
goodbye.
Hello?
Bye.
No,
For the
Hi,
love
Jay.
of God, I'm here.
hi, Jay. What's up?
When Kenny was thanking everybody, I wanted to be like, also thank you, the viewers at home, and then I realized nobody could hear me.
Oh.
Oh no.
I cheated
Stream
your
made
layout, by
possible
the way. I
viewers
love
like
it.
you.
What did you? Oh, you like the stream overlay?
It's very game changer.
Yeah.
I
Game
also thought that-
Game Changer draws on these like old 60s hippie kind of things. It's the same thing a lot of old Beatles stuff used to be like. And so I just kind of followed in suit.
Hell yeah.